Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I'm going to be doing a fall / end of the year empties and also a declutter. I have quite a few items, so let's just get started. Let's start off with the items that I decided to declutter. My first declutter is this IT Cosmetics by Pores in the shade Light. You've seen me talk about this product before. It's right in between a powder and a bronzer for me. It's too dark to use as a face powder, too light to use as a bronzer. So I thought that I would just pass it along to a friend that has a little bit deeper skin tone than I am. Hopefully it'll work for her, but it definitely does not work for me. The next item you would have just seen in my Rolling Project Pan finale. It's my Benefit High Beam Liquid Highlighter. I cannot get any more product out of this. I've tried taking the stopper out. It was a whole ordeal. It broke 2 of my tweezers. So yeah, it's just a stubborn little thing. So I'm going to declutter it. I don't think it's worth trying any harder, unfortunately. I did get some use out of this during my project pan, so I'm happy about that. It is a few years old. The shelf life is 6 months, so I'm just gonna throw this away. The next product is pretty sad for me. I'm decluttering my Stila Magnificent Metals. I have the shade Smoldering Satin. These were super popular, you know, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, and it was definitely a splurge for me at the time, so I'm really sad to get rid of this. The last time I used this, I had glitter all over my face at the end of the day, so just the glitter was falling off. It's just not working the way it's supposed to, and I have a very similar product to this in my collection that works better for me, so I am going to throw this out, unfortunately. The next item, unfortunately, I don't have with me, but if you saw my November update for my Rolling Project Pan, you would have seen my Colourpop Honey Dude Cream Gel Liner. It actually broke when I was showing my progress and the product fell on the floor, so that had dried out so bad. I did reach my goal of 20 uses on it, so I was happy about that, but I was planning on decluttering that before it broke and fell on the floor, so I thought I would include that in this video. The next item is this Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara. When I bought this, I thought it was black. It is blue, and it is just really dried out. I did try using this a couple of times and just the color payoff is not there anymore. It's just dried out. It's dead. I did not want to include this in an empties category because it's not empty. I just let it go bad. You know, of course, my fault, but I just don't think I'll ever even wear blue mascara, so I definitely won't be repurchasing a blue mascara. The next item makes me sad too. It's my Tory brow gel, and I have the shade Dark Brown, but this has just dried up on me. I've had this almost 2 years. It is completely my fault for not using it up within the expiration date. Another reason why I'm doing my project pan is to use my makeup up before it expires. I tried reviving this and it just didn't work out. It's pulling away from the sides and there's barely any color payoff, so I'm really sad that I let this go to waste, essentially. But it was a great product. It was very pigmented. I just let it expire before I used it up, which is dumb. All of the remaining items that I'm decluttering are lip products. If you saw my recent lip collection video, you would have seen I have a lot of duplicate shades and also a few duplicate products. So I decided to go through and declutter some of them. So the first item is my Colourpop something. All of the words are worn off, so I'm gonna guess this was like a matte liquid lipstick or a satin liquid lipstick. But this is in the shade Alyssa, and it's just expired. It's very old. You can see some windowing, so I did get quite a bit of use on this, but it just smells, and I don't want to put it on my lips anymore. Next is this Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Panda. This was a purchase over 5 years ago, like that's how long ago, but this was for my fantasy self. I wanted to be the fun girl that wore fun lip colors, but I'm just not. So that is why I'm decluttering this. And of course, because it's old, but as you can see, there's still lettering on here. I did not get much use out of this. I probably wore it once or twice. And I'm definitely a lot more aware of my purchases, and I really take into account if I'm going to wear a certain color. So I definitely will not be repurchasing a purple liquid lipstick. The next lip product is this MAC Bullet lipstick in the shade Girl About Town. It's a very bright fuchsia-y shade. It's just a little too bright for me. It's a little dry. It's a little old. I actually had a friend gift this to me 4 years ago, and I feel really sad about getting rid of it, but I have another lipstick in my collection of this color, and I just don't need multiples. This is a very specific color that I do not wear very often, so I'm going to get rid of this. Another shade that I have multiples in my collection, this is the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lip in the shade Smoky Rose. I have a very similar product in my collection that is newer, and I like the formula a little better, so I decided to declutter this. I do really love this shade. It's just, again, very old, probably 7 or 8 years old, and I have a newer product that looks exactly the same. Next is my Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick, and I have the shade Spoiler Alert. If you watched my lip collection video and you saw me swatch this, you know exactly why I'm getting rid of it. It is all dried out and nasty. It smells like crayons. It's just, I need to throw it out. 2 more lip products. This is my Tory Velvet Kisses in the shade Cherry. This is a gorgeous red, gorgeous formula, stays on my lips all day long. I just have 2 of them, so I need to get rid of it. I'm gonna pass it along to a friend. I just will not use both before they expire. And I really hope my friend loves it as much as I do. Same story with this one. I have the Tory Velvet Kisses in the shade Sunkissed. It's a beautiful summertime shade that I'm going to pass along to a friend because I have 2 of them. And yeah, again, it stays all day. This is the new packaging. This is the original packaging, so that's why they look different. But I love this formula. Again, stays all day, but I don't need 2 of them because I don't want to waste them. That's it for my declutter. Now let's move on to my empties. Just kidding, I forgot one. This was a last minute addition. I just filmed my finale for my rolling project pan, and I talked about this item that you might see it in my declutter video. I went back and forth, but I did decide to declutter my mystery lipstick. I have no idea what brand this is, what shade this is, but I got quite a bit of use on it in my project pan. I'm wearing it today under some lip gloss, but it's just so old. It's older than any other lip product that I own. It's probably 10 years old. I do really enjoy this shade, but I have similar items in my collection that are newer and that I need to get used out of. instead of this 10-year-old product. So I'm going to throw this one away. Okay, moving on to my empties. These are all the items that I emptied during the fall season. I did do a summer empties video earlier in the year. I know that it's after Christmas. It feels like it's been winter for a while, but the first day of winter was December 21st. So I go by, you know, the seasons. Let's take a little break from makeup and I'll talk about skincare and like other items other than makeup. The first item I used up was this Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Honey Moisture Deep Conditioning Mask. I really enjoyed this. I actually bought this last year around Christmas time. So this lasted me a year, which is amazing. I try to use it once a week in the shower just as a deep conditioning mask. I let it sit on my hair for maybe like 5 minutes and then rinse it out. I love the smell, honey. So I actually did not repurchase this year. I know they came out with a different scent of it, I think. But I have other hair masks that I need to go through that will definitely last me until next year. So I might repurchase this next Christmas, but I really enjoyed it while I had it. Another hair item was this Pureology Color Fanatic Multitasking Hair Beautifier Spray. Just a little sample. I used this after the shower, like as a leave-in. It smells really good. I honestly didn't really tell the difference with this. I won't repurchase a full size, but it was nice while I had it. And then another Briogeo product is this Scalp Revival Charcoal plus Coconut Oil Micro Exfoliating Shampoo. I really enjoy this. It smells like mint, which is lovely. But here it is. It's like a dark charcoal color, so it's definitely empty. I use this once a week as well, just to exfoliate my scalp with any like product buildup. This really helped me get rid of the flakiness on my scalp, and it just left my scalp feeling clean. This is quite expensive in my opinion. I just recently purchased an alternative. I purchased the Sephora brand exfoliator. I did not include any skincare or anything other than makeup in my recent haul video, just because my channel is mostly makeup. But if you guys are curious like what skincare and other like beauty items that I buy, let me know and I'll be sure to include that in my next haul video. I'm just gonna throw this in. This is a deodorant, Dove Dry Spray. I did enjoy this scent and it was great. Not much you can say about deodorant. This is another shower item. It's actually a mud and sugar scrub from Soap Lake, which is located in Eastern Washington. So if you've never heard of Soap Lake, it's like a mineral dense lake. A lot of people go there for healing properties because it has a lot of like vitamins and minerals in the mud and in the lake. So this was actually like mud from that lake, and it also has sugar, coconut oil, and grapefruit essential oils. This was really nice to use, and it smelled really good too. The grapefruit was really nice, but yeah, it honestly didn't last me very long. I probably used this 7 times, maybe. I use it on my legs and my arms and also my stomach because I've lost some weight. I'm trying to like reduce the excess skin, and I don't know if that will help me, but I want to say it does. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. This is a very specific product that you probably can't get unless you visit Soap Lake, but I enjoyed it. I have 3 perfumes to talk about. The first being this golden sunflower roller from Bath & Body Works. Oh, it's not a roller, it's a spray. I actually prefer these little sprays rather than rollers. I just prefer spraying instead of like rolling. It's not my favorite scent. I bought this online without smelling it. I just thought it sounded really good. Kind of musky with some floral notes in it. And then I have these 2 little samples. One is Jessica McClintock, and it's very perfumey. I don't really like it, but I used it up. And then this is the 7 Virtues Blackberry Lily, and I really enjoyed this scent. I would consider purchasing the large size of this, but I have 3 full-size perfumes right now, so I definitely don't need any more perfume. Now let's move on to skincare. I'll get this one out of the way because I feel like I'm going to have this in every single one of my Empties videos. This is the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water, and this is the all-in-one waterproof version. I think I had like 3 of these in my last Empties, but I have been kind of delving into cleansing balms and other ways to remove my makeup, so I only went through 1 of these. I typically use this in the morning just to kind of refresh my face before I put moisturizer on. And I will use it at night if I'm feeling lazy and don't want to do a cleansing balm. I'll use this as my first cleanse. But I love this. It gets all of my makeup off. And speaking of cleansing balm, I finished this e.l.f. Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. I did enjoy this. It definitely removed all of my makeup. I find with cleansing balms that my eyes get like that film in them after I use these, so that's not very fun for me. If you've experienced that, you know what I'm talking about. So I want to kind of delve into more cleansing oils to see if that makes any difference. But I did enjoy this. Other than that, I think it has great ingredients. It has hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and peptides in it, which I just hear are great. And it definitely removed all of my makeup. So it works. It just, I need to be careful about it, getting it in my eyes. And staying with that line, I also finished the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream. This is fragrance free, and it also has hyaluronic acid and a peptide complex. And I did enjoy this as my nighttime moisturizer. I would not use this in the morning, like before makeup, because it was a little heavier than my preferred moisturizer in the morning, but I really liked it before bedtime. So I definitely would repurchase this. But I have another like cream that I've started to use for my nighttime moisturizer. But I'll definitely keep this as an option for when I run out. Before I started using that e.l.f. one, I finished this Cetaphil Redness Relieving Night Moisturizer. So as you can see, I did cut this open and used all of the product in there. I didn't really notice like my redness going down, but it definitely didn't irritate my skin, which was nice, but I don't have very sensitive skin, so but I do hear people raving about this, so I would definitely consider purchasing this again. It was a great formula. It felt really good on my skin at nighttime, so it's a little heavier. It's not heavy, but if you remember my last Empties video, I have a preferred moisturizer in the morning, which you will see next. But yeah, I did enjoy this and would consider repurchasing it. For my morning moisturizer, I love the Cerave Pm. And I did go through another one of these. I feel like this is gonna be in every single Empties video. I have a backup waiting for me because I used this up this morning. But anyway, it's a facial moisturizing lotion, ultra lightweight. It has 3 essential ceramides, niacinamide, and hyaluronic acid. It's also oil free, which is awesome. The niacinamide definitely helps control my oils a little more, and I just really love the formula. It's super lightweight, as it says. So love this thing. Will continue to repurchase, and you will see it in my next empties. I also went through this O'Keeffe's Lip Repair Unscented Lip Balm. I absolutely love this stuff. This is my second tube of it, and I went to repurchase it and I couldn't find it in store. So I haven't taken the time to look online, but I definitely want another one of these. I just haven't gotten it yet. But here it is. This is a really nice lip balm. It just makes my lips feel so hydrated. It's not sticky. It says it's unscented, but it does have like a very light, sweet scent. It's probably just one of the ingredients, but it says it has a matte finish and hypoallergenic. So if you're looking for a new lip balm, I would definitely consider this one. I haven't tried any of the other O'Keeffe's lip products, just this one, and I love it and will repurchase. My last 2 empties are both from Cerave, and they're in this like blue and white packaging. So the first one is this Resurfacing Retinol Serum. This I found to be very gentle on my skin. It has 3 essential ceramides, licorice root extract, and niacinamide. It says it's an encapsulated retinol. I honestly didn't see much of a difference with this. So I don't know if my skin can just handle a higher percentage of like retinol. I don't know, but I use this as part of my nighttime skin routine. I don't have any complaints. I just didn't see a ton of difference from this guy on my skin, but I have heard good things. This was recommended on YouTube. I can't think of who it was. It was probably like Abby Young or like Beauty Within or somebody. Don't quote me, but those are the skincare people that I tend to take recommendations from. I don't think I'll repurchase this because, again, I don't think it really did much for my skin because maybe it's just really gentle. So if you have sensitive skin, it might be good. And then this item from Cerave is the Acne Control Gel. This was a recommendation from Abby Young. I love her and I love her videos. This has 2% salicylic acid with AHA and BHA, along with the 3 essential ceramides, glycolic and lactic acids, which is a great combo, apparently. I don't know a ton about skincare. I just buy things per recommendations that sound like they would work for my specific skin type. It says free of drying alcohol. So I use this as part of my nighttime skincare routine. I do really enjoy it, and I probably will repurchase this. But I have some other similar products with AHA and BHA in them, so I want to go through those first, but I would definitely reconsider repurchasing this in the future. So I was about to like put away my ring light, my filming setup, and realized I didn't talk about my makeup empties. I only have a few to talk about, so hopefully this video isn't getting too long. You can hear by my voice, I'm getting kind of raspy, but it's fine. So my first empty is my MAC Studio Fix Fluid. As you can see, I tried to scrape as much as I could. My little spatula doesn't fit in the top of this, so I had to use like the other end of it, which is just like a stick. So it was hard to get product out, but I got as much as I could. And as you can see, I scraped all the way down here. So I'm happy to get this out of my collection. It's very old. It has really good staying power on my skin. I might consider repurchasing this in the future, but I have quite a few other foundations in my collection, so we'll see. Another foundation that I emptied just recently in my rolling project pan is this Revlon Photo Ready Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation. So as you can see, I got every last bit out of this. It does have a pump. And yeah, I did enjoy this foundation. I probably won't repurchase it because it looked a little dry on me, but with my oily skin, I appreciate that unless I have, dry patches, which it does cling to on me. So I had the shade 110 Porcelain, which worked pretty well for me, but I'm happy to have this out of my collection. I used up 3 foundations this year, which makes me, 4 if you count my powder foundation, but that just makes me so happy because if you're familiar with my makeup collection, I have quite a few foundations. I have over 30, maybe 40, but yeah, I need to recount. Definitely not 40 if after these guys, but I'm going to do a makeup inventory update with just numbers in probably the beginning of next year, early January. So we're all caught up to date with my inventory, but I'm really happy to have used up another foundation. Also, if you had seen my recent panning update, I finished my NARS Soft Matte Concealer. This was quite old in my collection as well, so I'm really happy that I got use out of this and used it up. Yeah, I don't think I would repurchase this again. I prefer concealers in a tube with a doe foot or something. I finished another powder. This is the It Cosmetics By Pores Translucent Powder, and it is nice and empty, so that is great. This was definitely not my favorite powder. I would not repurchase it because it doesn't really help my makeup last any longer, which is kind of the point of me personally setting my face, is to help my oils be a little more controlled and help my foundation last longer. So I would not repurchase this, but I was happy to use it up. Another empty from my last panning update is my Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Primer. I am so happy to get this out of my collection. It was a brand new primer that had been sitting in my drawers for literally years. I rolled it in the very beginning of my panning project and I finally used it up. So I'm really happy about that. I don't think I will repurchase this, although it was easy to use. It was enjoyable to use. I have quite a few other primers in my collection that I need to go through. And this wasn't really a standout product. I think my makeup would have looked the same with or without it. So will not repurchase. I used up 2 more setting sprays. My L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set. I did not really see a difference in using this either, so I will not repurchase. And then I have my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray, and I think I did see a difference in this. I really enjoyed this setting spray, so I might consider repurchasing this in the full size. I know it's more a higher end product, and there are a lot of other drugstore setting sprays. So if you saw my recent haul video, I did add 3 drugstore setting sprays to my collection because this was my very last setting spray that I used up. I had 0 setting sprays in my collection for a few days and I just couldn't live without setting spray. I really missed that step in my routine, so I ended up buying 3 more setting sprays from the drugstore to try out. I finished up my Colourpop Brow Boss gel, and I mentioned this before. I don't really get a ton from this product, so some people might like that. I would prefer a little more from a brow gel, so I would not repurchase this, but it was fine, just not my favorite. And then I actually used up 4 of my mascaras, 2 of them being little mini guys, so they weren't that hard. The Urban Decay Subversion Thicker, Longer, Bolder Volumizing Lash Primer. I definitely saw a difference when using this primer, but a lash primer isn't really a step in my makeup routine that I need. I don't think I would use it enough to justify it. The other mini that I used up was the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara. I didn't really enjoy this. It was fine. It may have been dried up by the time I got to it, so I don't know if I really got the full effect of this mascara in this little mini. I do not plan on purchasing this as a full size. You know, if I get another mini, I'll use it, but it wasn't like a standout product to me. One of the full-size mascaras that I used up is the Luminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. I really love this mascara and would definitely repurchase this. I have quite a few mascaras in my collection that I need to use up before I even consider repurchasing one. This will be a consideration for when I do need a new mascara. It does give me a lot of volume, but also some length, which I prefer. And my last makeup product and my last empty is the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. I've talked about this before as well. When I first started using it, it was a very wet formula, and I definitely don't prefer that. I find, especially with this giant wand, that it's just really messy on me. I was enjoying this a lot more after it started drying out, but now it's too dried out. It's empty. I did use it today for the last time, and I think it did okay, but I had to work pretty hard for this mascara to even show up on my lashes, so I'm calling this an empty. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy makeup content, panning videos, and using up the makeup and skincare that you already have, please consider subscribing to my channel so I see you in the next video.